Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Golden Sun. When last we left off, we're at the point of no return in Golden Sun. Once we go down that ramp, we can't come back, and the final cutscenes of the game will begin, and the final boss battle of the game will begin. The final fight. We have one thing we need to do before we do that, however. We need to swap a few Jin around. We need to give Flash over to Ivan, and we need to give Granite over to Mia. And with that done, I think we're pretty much ready to see what the game will throw at us at the very end. So without further ado, down we go! Whee! We're gonna land on one of the platforms that will rise up to take us to the very top of the Lighthouse. And once we get there, the final cutscenes of the game will begin. Take it away, game! Are we too late to stop Saturos and Menardi from lighting the lighthouse? Are we? At long last, the time has come to light Venus Lighthouse's beacon. Clearly not! There they are! With the second beacon lit, only two will remain. Hello, Saturos and Menardi! We haven't seen you since the Mercury Lighthouse, way back at the beginning of the game. No. Lighting Jupiter is virtually the same as lighting Mars. Is it? That is true. Jupiter is really all that matters. That's right. Your dreams are within your grasp now. Hello, Felix! You've come to join in this cutscene as well! Why are you still here, Felix? I thought I ordered you to go on ahead to the ship. I've already sent Jenna and the others to the dock at Edejima. Then why did you come back? Because I have a different promise to keep. I think he's referring to Sheba. A promise, you say? You must mean Sheba. Indeed, Sheba is forefront on Felix's mind right now. Yes, Sheba. Why haven't you released her yet? You promised to free her once you got into Venus Lighthouse. And that's what brought you back here? No, he's just making all this up, and actually he left his keys on the top of the lighthouse. Of course this is why he came back. You promised not to involve anyone who wasn't related to this matter. Sheba is special. Of course. Because Sheba is a special adept? You guys learned something from the first two lighthouses. And we learned something by what we heard from the scholars at the Venus Lighthouse. And what would that be? In order to enter each lighthouse, you needed an adept of that clan. Right now, we have fire, earth, and water adepts, but no wind adept. That does seem to be the case. Did Saturos not know this? I highly doubt that. Do we need Sheba to get into the Jupiter Lighthouse? I'm sorry, Felix, but we cannot even enter without a wind adept. That being the case, I guess I understand why you can't set Sheba free. It seems that you too have learned something. If that is all, then you should go, Felix. No, I cannot leave Sheba behind. This is going to get messy very quickly, isn't it? I think it is. I'm taking Sheba to the ship. What are you talking about, Phoenix? We don't know what will happen when you light this beacon. I won't leave Sheba here to find out. We told you that we protect Sheba. Don't you trust us? No! No, I don't! And neither should he! Neither should anyone trust you! That's not what I'm saying. It's just best to be safe. Don't tell us what's best, Felix. You're not taking Sheba. Why not? What? You don't trust me? No, I don't think they trust you either, especially after all you've just said. How can we, after you just demanded we free Sheba? If we had trusted you a moment ago, Sheba would be free now. Come with me, Sheba. I shall protect you. I don't think that's going to work as a statement. There's just one of you, and two of them, and I don't know what level you are. She doesn't seem that keen on the idea. Are you ready to do this, even though it means fighting us? I believe he is. He would not have defied us if he lacked the will to fight. If it means protecting Sheba from harm, then I must. You have seen what we can do. You know you can't stop us. How can you protect Sheba when you can't even protect yourself? This rebellious attitude is exactly why we've never let you fight. Does that mean that Phoenix is like level 3? That is quite a revelation. Haven't you been given enough reason to fear us in these travels? You're no fighter, Phoenix. How can you hope to stand against us? You've questioned us for the last time. Let's see what you can do. Meanwhile, it looks like they're having a falling out over Sheba. Yes, that is indeed what all of that was about, Garrett. Thanks for the summary. There's something more to it, though. It seems Saturos and Menardi no longer trust Phoenix. Okay, guys, we don't need a summary. We were all watching it. I was watching it as well. We know what's happening. Looks like the perfect opportunity has just fallen into our laps. Oh, you have a plan, Garrett? Now's our only chance to prevent them from lighting the beacon. Ah, it's a let's get 'em plan. Garrett's only type of plan. But it's a good plan. There's not a moment to spare. Let's move. And they all nod, and this is the final chance we're going to get to arrange our inventory or do anything that we want to do. But once we go up these stairs, we're going to be in the final boss fight. And I think I'm ready for it. After I've saved, I want to make sure that I've got a slot here just in case it all goes horribly wrong. And it may go horribly wrong. Alright, let's go. It's time to stop you, Saturos and Menardi. Isaac. Thanks for alerting them that we're here, by the way, Phoenix. So, you've come to stop us? No, we just dropped our keys at the top of the line. Of course we've come to stop you, Saturos. Look what your defiance has brought us, Phoenix. I don't need you or anyone to rescue me, Isaac. I was just about to settle things with Saturos and Menardi. I doubt that. You can watch. Nope, I think we just watch you getting beaten quite quickly, considering that you're probably level 3. And then we'll show you the true power of this beacon's light. But Sheba has nothing to do with this, so set Sheba free. Silence! You best tread lightly, Phoenix, or both you and Sheba will suffer. I highly doubt that, considering the whole last bit of the cutscene was about how much you needed Sheba to be alive. If anything happens to Sheba, we will have failed Farron. We won't permit you to lay a hand on Sheba or Felix. Thanks for revealing the fact that we're after Sheba as well, guys. I'm sure they won't use that information against us. Oh, so you're worried about Sheba too? Don't worry, we won't hurt Sheba if you meet our conditions. See, this is what I was saying. You reveal some information and suddenly they use it against you. What are you doing, Saturos? Leave this to me. I'm being completely sneaky. You know we can see that light bulb over your head, right? I'm being completely sneaky. Sheba, do you remember the rod connected to Hesperia? The rod of Hesperia? The rod required to reach the Jupiter Lighthouse. Ah, so that's what the rod is for. Yes. Those who pursue us bear a rod. Is it the one? Well, I can't see into their backpacks. Use your special Jupiter powers to look into the backpack. I think I'll just look at their inventory screen. You can do that? Of course I can. Yes, they do have it. Sheba, stay where you are. You can do it from there. And she uses her synergy. And the others look confused. How about it, Sheba? Well, Sheba? Perhaps. Perhaps what? Don't yell at her. We're not yelling, we just want a straight answer. More synergy? So, Sheba? Their minds are veiled. I cannot see clearly, but I think it's the one. It's a waste to make her try again. So what do we do? Do you know the terms we will require before we agree not to harm Sheba? I certainly do. It's going to involve us giving you the Shaman's Rod. And I don't trust you in the least. I have no reason to trust you, even vaguely. But yes, I do. You're smarter than I thought if you've already figured it out. If you give us the Shaman's Rod, Sheba will not be harmed. Agreed? I still don't trust you, by the way, but this may be the only way that we can get Sheba back, so sure. The Shaman's Rod, if it means saving Sheba, I will give it to you. What? But Hammock gave that to you, Ivan. Don't you care what happens to Sheba? Oh, we care! I just don't trust you. Then you will give us the rod! Well done, Saturos. We finally have the Shaman's Rod. Well, actually, no you don't. We still currently have it. Don't pat yourself on the back just yet. We could just throw it off the lighthouse and it goes whee! And then you'd be a bit mad at us and then we'd probably die. Go get it, Felix. Why me? To ensure your loyalty to us. Go on, Felix. And off he goes. Isaac handed over the Shaman's Rod. What should I do with the rod? Keep it safe. Wait, you don't actually trust him. Why are you getting him to hold on to the rod? He could just throw it off the side of the lighthouse now. Whee! And then he'd probably get killed. Probably best to keep a hold of it. Where do you think you're going, Sheba? Uh-oh! Sudden and inevitable betrayal! We gave you the rod, now release Sheba. Whatever do you mean? He was tricking us! I never saw this coming! I completely saw this coming. You said you'd free Sheba if we gave you the rod. Those were your terms. We gave you the rod, so release Sheba. You seem to have misunderstood. I said we wouldn't harm Sheba, but I never said we'd let her go. You're altering the bargain? Haha, we can't help it if you misunderstood Saturos' terms. Besides, if we were to release Sheba, she'd be in quite a fix. What do you mean? Sheba can't get back to Lalivero alone. Well, we'll just take her with us. What do you mean? We're going to take Sheba. Oh no. I think Ivan's figured out what's going to happen. That's right. You won't be going back. This is it for you. I think combat is upon us. No, mere combat is upon us here. Excuse me? Yep, we're about to have a fight. Enough! You're the ones who aren't going anywhere. That's the spirit, Garrett. We'll be defeated in no time. Bring it on, whelp. You won't live long enough to regret your stupidity. Prepare to experience firsthand the horror of a master fire adept. And now, combat! And we've heard this music before. Deadbeard had this theme. And personally, I think Deadbeard was a more interesting fight with this theme. I don't think it fits as well here. Menardi and Saturos appeared, and collectively they have 5,600 hit points. And we want to defeat Menardi first, because Saturos is the more physical-orientated enemy here. Menardi has some really dangerous synergy. What we want to do first is I think we want to give Bane a go here, and see if Menardi will be afflicted with the deadly poison. What else do we want to do? We have a number of things that we can do. We also have a torch here, which could be quite interesting to reduce Menardi's defense. Let's give that a go, shall we? We also have a few other things we could do, like Kite here. That's a good idea. And we could do one more thing, let's see. We most certainly want to be using a lot of Mercury synergy here, because they are weak to it. A Froth Spear wouldn't go amiss. Let's go. Will this work? The answer is no. But that is a fair amount of damage, considering that Menardi has 2,600 hit points and Saturos has 3,000. Once you get rid of one of them, they won't come back, and that is a Fiery Blast. It's not really going to deal that much damage, though. We should be okay. Time for Kite to be unleashed there. And there is Protect, which is fine, because we're going to be using some synergy now. This is certainly going to help, though, because we've only just had their defenses risen. There we go, 122 damage. That didn't actually lower Menardi's defense, which is a shame. Time to use some synergy, I think. Let's see, a Death Plunge there, and a Death Plunge there. And maybe we should use a My Well here. A Wish Well, rather. My mistake, we don't want to heal just one person, we want to heal everyone. we definitely want to use some, let's see, we could actually set this Jin. That's probably a good idea. Definitely a good idea. You could actually set your Jin with one of these actions. There we go. And the other one I think is Death Plunge. Yeah, definitely is. We'll just back up here to make sure. This is a fight that you definitely don't want to get wrong. So we'll have a Death Plunge there. And what do we want you to do? We want you actually to, you could set this now. It does increase a fair few of your stats. I think we'll do that. Or we could have you actually use it as a summon. Then again, it's not really going to do that much damage. But hey, why not you do it anyway? Why not actually you use the summon as well? We'll have Jupiter there. And what do we want you to do right now? We could use another Froth Sphere, we could use a Douse, I don't think that's going to do very much at all. We could use a Blue Bolt, it's not going to do too much damage, but it will help. There we go, about 88 damage there, and that Jin has been reset. And there is Flare Storm. We're going to have to use Wish Well most certainly. Not bad, about 100 damage there. We want to take care of Menardi first, also that was one attack there. You'll notice that they only have one attack each because there's two of them. Therefore, there are two attacks from the opposing side every round. And that is 172 damage. Not bad. What do we want to do now? We definitely want to use Bane again. And we want to use a Wish Well. Not bad. And let's see. Bind might not be too terrible, but I'm not sure if that's going to work. That might also be good. Resist. I think that's a decent idea. And what do you want to do? Actually, I want you right now to use Granite. That's certainly going to provide us with quite a lot of defense. One thing to note is that Menardi has one of the highest agility that an enemy can have in this game. And that will certainly help us out. Will this poison work? No, it did not. But this will certainly help us, yep, resist most of that damage. We definitely want to be using that periodically. And that's going to help with increasing resistances. And that is 49 damage. 49 damage really isn't that much at all. I don't think we have too much to worry about this fight. But the fight has only just begun. What do we want to do now? Another Death Plunge might not be so bad. And maybe we'll have an attack here. We want to use Kite again here on Isaac. And what else do we want to do? I know that the Unleash of Mias isn't going to defeat one of these foes immediately. We do have Hail Prism right now. We might as well do that while we can. Also, we could just, actually, let's just set Granite back to Mia. There we go. And that is a Fiery Blast. It's still not going to do a lot of damage. Still about 50, 100 there actually isn't that great. And Death Plunge will, there we go, 167. And Kite once more on Isaac. We just want to take this slow and steady. Will that? Nope, that didn't work. It did work on you, though. We want to get rid of that. 155 damage and 38 damage to Garrett. Not good. What do we want to do now? We want to, we have two attacks here. I think using, resetting Bane is a good idea, and using another Death Plunge. What do you want to do? I think you want to, heal yourself here. That might work. Restoring Sleep, Stun, and Delusion won't actually have any effect on you, though. That will restore Party with Soothing. That will freeze a foe who actually has the other Synergy. It's not you. So we need to be a little bit... let's just back up here and set Bane and then use Death Plunge. We want to make sure that Haunt effect doesn't last for too long. Wish Well, though, isn't a bad idea. Do you have it? Heal all party ailments. That's what we want. And I think we also want to use... let's see. How about a Cure Well on you, just to make sure you don't die. There we go. Not bad. Now that Jin has been reset, and we have Resist here, that is going to make our Synergy a little bit less effective. This is quite a long fight, but considering it's the final encounter, that does make sense. And all of our buffs have been removed. That is a move they stole, but that's okay, because I don't think we had any things that they could remove. There we go, 161 damage. Not too bad. What do we want to do now? We want to use... it's not really working that well, but it may work at some point. And what else do we want to do? I don't think any of these are really going to do that much. I don't think Sleep is going to have any effect. We could just attack, I think. And you want to reset. There is Tonic there and Kite. What else do we want to do? There is Revive a Down Ally. boost resistance. I think granite is a good idea here. The fact that you go first is a really good thing, and the reason why I gave you granite. And there's one attack with Bane. 190 damage, I think we'll stop doing that, and it's a good thing that we use that barrier there, because that is a paltry amount of damage. And that is reset, and you're buffing yourselves. So far, this has been a rather tame fight, and I'm going to stop using Bane now, because it's really not having that much effect. You're just going to reset that, you're going to attack. You have another Jin that you need to reset. You can actually just use it. You know what? Why not? Why don't you just use that one there? Focused on Menardi. And I think you're just going to do... you actually have a Jin you need to reset as well. Might as well do that. There we go. And another one reset. And an attack for 98 damage. That is not good. And that is 83 and 100 damage. And your water power has risen. Heat Flash is not too terrible, 119. And that has gone off, 139 damage. We can't unfortunately see how much health she has, otherwise we'd be able to see that we've done a fair amount of damage already. I think a Wish Well is appropriate here. There we go. And what do we want you to do? Do you have anything that needs... Ah yes, that is on cooldown, which means at the moment, why don't you try Bind on Menardi? It's unlikely to work, but it's worth a shot. It's probably not going to work. We'll just have you attack here, I think. That will deal some bonus damage. 100 points of damage, not bad. And that is 152 points of damage, and Wish will restore some health. I don't know how you have access to that, but never mind. And that didn't work, I'm not surprised. Did we even have any buffs on us? I don't think we did, but that doesn't matter. I think we're just going to focus some melee attacks now. There we go. And we're gaining even more synergy. We haven't had to use any of our consumables yet at all. There we are, and you want to use granite here. Excellent. And now we have that protective buff, which will mean that all of the synergy won't do anything. It's not that one, there is one synergy which we really want to be worried about. And we have to note that nope, that is not what I was worried about. We have to note that you have a far higher attack stat, but that is a paltry amount of damage. And there is some deadly poison that won't go off, because they never do against this boss encounter I'm learning. They never do. And what we want to have happen now is we want you to use, where is it? We want you to use, Flash. There we go. It works exactly the same as Granite. And that means that we'll be protected from more synergy by that one. Not bad, eh? And you're setting that, and this pretty much is how we're going to be dealing with quite a bit of the damage in this encounter. And that is the end of Menardi, which means that only Saturos remains. And I think we can quite easily take care of you. At least I hope we can. We want to do some healing right now, so attack there. You want a Wish Well here. And I think you want to reset that. There we go. And you want to cast that. Not bad, eh? Have at thee, Saturos. It's like that fight that we had on the last Lighthouse, except we're far, far stronger now. And you don't have a disadvantage in the fact that we're on a lighthouse that isn't Mercury. This is not a lot of damage at all. But Mia is, yep, that's better. I was about to say Mia is a bit low on health, but now we've sorted that. One attack there, one attack there, and I think actually we'll just attack you. I think we want all of these Jin set and ready, just in case. One attack there, one attack here. Ah, probably should have used that. Ah, well, we can most certainly recover from it. Let's see. That is not too much damage, considering the fact that we go before Saturos by quite a margin. And his defense has returned to normal. I think a Death Plunge here won't be too bad. A Wish Well won't be too bad here. One attack, and I think Granite there. Marvellous. Protect us, Granite, from all of the damage! And you may be wondering why I wasn't doing this all the way through the game. That is because otherwise the fights would have been even easier. And only one strike there. And that didn't do that much damage. However, being wrapped into illusion isn't fantastic. We can't deal with that easily right now, but we will be able to. I think we're going to use some, let's see, we'll use that while we have to take care of that. I think a Restore will work here. And you want to use that one while you're setting this one. Excellent! We are still protected. You stand no chance, Saturos. This final fight is ours, because I've been using strategy. Death Plunge, 162 damage, and an Inferno. That is not as terrifying as it was the first time we fought you, and the time before that. Technically, the first time we fought you on the Mercury Lighthouse properly was actually the second time that we fought you in the game. So we're just going to do what we did before. One attack, and then you're going to set this, and you're going to cast that. Excellent. Now we are protected once more. Saturos is probably going, this is not fair. Why can't we use any Jin? Why didn't we find any Jin? And when we did find Jin, why didn't they join us? This is totally... Ow! Where did that blade come from? Ow! And that is a synergy that did a fair amount of damage, 100 points. Not too terrible. We definitely want Mia to heal herself, though. Let's see what we can do here. Or we could get you to heal her. That actually seems like a good idea. Just do that, and you want to use this, and you want to set that. Excellent. And there is the protection once more. I don't know how much health Saturos has left, but it can't be that much. We've been doing a lot of damage. And you're healing. That is a good sign that you're getting rather weak, so we should just use some more attacks. I think we should, but we should be very careful about it. You want to reset that, you want to use that, and then we'll hit you some more. If you just keep healing every round, I think eventually you'll outpace our damage. Unless we have some unleashes, 153. That is an Inferno. That is the wrong thing to do, Saturos, considering that you're in quite a pickle. And there is some deadly poison that won't go off, and I think we've outpaced the healing that he did last round. I think we have. We want to use this now, and then we want to do that. Might as well continue the pattern, eh? Might as well destroy this boss utterly and completely. And we'll just set that back. And there is another Inferno. You know this didn't really work last time. Why do you think it's going to work well this time? And we're just going to do some more healing, I think. Good idea. Might as well be at as high health as possible, just in case he pulls any shenanigans. I'm expecting shenanigans at this point. We'll just use this just in case. You never know. You never know, we might need it. And we'll just set that again. One attack there. Ah, he's buffing himself. That may not end well for you. Us healing ourselves is going to end well for us, though. We are now at full health and nearly full synergy. One attack there, one attack there. Time for you to use that, time for you to use that. Marvellous. It's a very slow way of dealing damage, but it does work. Okay, that has been set. One attack there. And he's using that ability that did 11 points of damage, but it did wrap Isaac in delusion, which isn't good. We want to take care of that right now. We'll have a Death Plunge used for the meantime, and we'll then have a Restore. Marvellous. You'll set that, you'll use that, and the cycle begins anew! I really don't feel like this is stacked in my favour. That's because it isn't stacked in your favour. We have mastered strategy. I don't like the fact that you've mastered strategy. Time for you to protect yourself even more, Saturos. That really isn't going to do anything. We most certainly have the advantage here. We have the advantage. Alright, we'll do that once more. We may be taking our time in defeating you, but we want to make sure that we're as healthy, synergy, and health-wise as possible. 133 damage, that did a whole 9. You really picked the wrong target for that one, Saturos. But that did work, and that was a miss. That's not really surprising. Just hit there, we'll use Restore here. Not bad, and I think it's your turn to set and your turn to cast there. Marvellous. We need to make sure we're fully protected as we move into the next round of combat. And we're going to attack there. You're going to use Inferno. That's really not going to do anything. Not much anyway. Yeah, that's not a whole lot of damage. And now you can see clearly once again, and witness the fact that we are totally decimating this foe. You're going to use that, you're going to use that, and eventually we will wear you down. Eventually. Okay, you're setting that again. One attack there. Potent Cure to restore number 301. And that Unleash did 156. I don't think your healing was really up to much. Attacks there, and we want to do the same thing, set that and cast that. just to make sure we mitigate all of that damage. Marvelous. This is the power of having a full party of 7 Jin for each of the people in your team. Haunt has been used, and that didn't work, and it worked on you. That is unfortunate, but we do have a Jin to sort that out. It will unfortunately break our routine of making sure that we can keep ourselves protected, but I'm sure we'll be fine. There we go, one attack there, and Saturos is gone! Marvelous. And with that, I'll catch you next time, folks, leaving you on a cliffhanger. For when we come back, the ending! We have defeated Saturos and Menardi, we have prevented the Venus Lighthouse from being lit, and no doubt we will go and rescue Sheba, and then everything will go back to normal. Right? Right? I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.